All right, happy Wednesday. Hope you got over the hump today. Trying a different angle here, so let me know what you guys think and if the hairline's looking good or not. But I hope the news about Lamar Jackson didn't sour your day too much because, again, there's more to life than just sports. But don't get me wrong, I love my sports. But talking about Lamar Jackson, the news that came out was it's an uphill battle for him to play on Sunday, which doesn't really come into a surprise because he didn't practice today and he hasn't practiced since he got hurt. And here's the thing, I'm just going to leave a couple points and you can take them for what they're worth and you can give me your own opinion. I'd love to hear what you have to say. But I want to start with first the contract situation with Lamar. I do not think Lamar was sitting out at all because of his contract. I truly believe he has been more hurt than has been led on. And when you look at guys, and I can relate to this in the sense, when you're competitive and you want to go out there and win and it pisses you off to lose, you'll do anything to be out there. And if you've watched Lamar play for the Ravens for his entire career, you can see how pissed he gets when he makes mistakes and then when the Ravens lose. He wants to win so badly for the team, for the city, for the fan base, and that matters. And then no amount of money when you're that competitive is going to take that away from you. And I know people can argue, well, if $250 million is on the line, then maybe he should sit or he would sit. Well, I'll tell you what, it doesn't fit Lamar's mold. His character has shown that he wants to go out there and ball and compete. He loves to play. He wants to be out there, and he wants to be more than just a football player getting paid. Next, going to the injury. Like I said earlier on, I thought he had always had a more severe injury that wasn't being talked about. And I know everyone got caught up on the 1 to 3 week timeline that other media outlets put out there. But looking back at what John Harbaugh talked about, I never heard him or the Ravens give a timeline to when Lamar was coming back. They said in the beginning, or Harbaugh said, I hope he comes back. I hope he plays this week. And then it turned into a week to week, and then it turned into the vague, or I'm not going to talk about it. And I respect Harbaugh for how he handled it. I know people didn't like it, but I love the fact that he kept everything in-house. And if you look at other teams that air their dirty laundry, it never turns out well. And I always respect John Harbaugh for how he handles those situations. But to talk about the injury, I thought he always had a tear. Like something didn't make sense to me when the initial report came out. And there just was a report came out from Jim Trotter on NFL Network that Lamar is dealing with a grade 2 sprain, which means there is a partial tear in that PCL, which doesn't surprise me. And again, that hasn't been confirmed, but it makes sense, right? And even for me, when I got drafted in 2014 and I was in the minor leagues with the Nationals, I had a grade 3 sprain in my ankle. And a grade 3 sprain means it was a complete tear. But the whole time the team was hoping it was just going to be a grade 2 because it would give me more options to work with. And the fact that it wasn't, I had to end up getting surgery and that was that. But grade 2, you could possibly get a surgery, you could wait it out, but it also depends on how severe the injury is or how long it takes to heal. And the knee, especially in a sport like football with Lamar Jackson, how dynamic and shifty and how much he can improvise and change the game with his legs. If he can't even practice, imagine going out there and going to play against some of the best athletes in the world and trying to be the most electrifying athlete in the NFL, and you can't do that or not even come close to that. So if he can't do that and he has a chance to even re-injure himself even more, and the fact of the matter that he can't practice goes to tell you that the injury was way more severe. And I am just waiting for when the season ends for more news to come out that the injury, there's way more damage in there than people really did realize. And last thing I'm going to say, don't slander Lamar, don't slander the Ravens or any of that. Look, it's an unfortunate situation. The Ravens want to win. Lamar wants to win. The team wants to win. Things happen. It sucks. No one likes it. But here's the deal. There's still so many competitors in the Ravens locker room. And yes, the odds might drop now with Lamar really looking like he's not going to play. But it doesn't mean that guys aren't going to go out there and give it their all and try to upset the Bengals, which I still think that they can do. Because when you're a competitor like those guys in the Ravens locker room are, you are going to compete until the end. And I expect there to be a slugfest and for the Ravens to raise hell in Cincy come Sunday night. That's all I got. Have a great rest of your night, and I will see you soon.